guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Valentine's Day and I'm just going to run you through a start to finish just hair and makeup, getting ready just for a night in the living room again. But today is Valentine's Day, so I just thought I'd get ready with me, do a little bit of a chit chat during it. So let's start with hair and get straight into it. Just finished my hair. Ignore it, it's going to look like this for a little while. Give it a blast of hairspray. And then what I used to curl my hair is just a Fabulous curling iron. I don't know how many inches it is. I feel as though it's like one inch, maybe 1.5. It doesn't say, and I've had this for literally years. Okay, so I'm going to prepare now, do makeup. I'll zoom you guys in and we'll get started. Okay, so let's begin with the makeup. I've got two palettes to work on today. I've got ColourPop At Forest Sight. I always say that and I think that says all. At Forest Sight, which is with Raw Beauty Christie, and coincidentally, got the Pure palette with Raw Beauty Christie as well, because I really want to do a super warm brown smoky eye. And I just think these have got like this top row is perfect. And then obviously the neutral side of that palette is perfect. So, just waiting for my curlers to cool down. I have a lovely glass of wine. Is it a wine spritzer with lemonade? Just so I don't drink it too quickly, too fast. So yeah, I've got everything kind of put away at the moment, just with me changing up my filming area until I get set up. So I'll get a few products together and we'll begin. Okay, so starting off with the Pretty Fresh from ColourPop, the Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. This has not yet failed me. I'm just going to put it on with my fingers today. Oh, it's not quite right. It's so hot in here today with having the curlers on that I'm a little bit sweaty. I'm going to go in with my Nars Complete Concealer. All my brushes are over here, so if you see me constantly looking over, I'm just looking for a brush. I'm going to take a Real Techniques. I always forget what this is called. Oh, it's just a shading brush. It's just like a small flat-ish brush. And just go over a few scars that I've still got. They are starting to fade though. And then straight over the top I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. Oh my god. And I've got this in 140. I think this one's the right colour for me, which is a good start. I always do 4 pumps on the back of my hand and just on the 4 areas on my face. And then this is a Morphe sponge. Don't know what it's really called, beauty sponge. I'm just going to, instead of using the big one, I'm going to use the little one. Try. It is, it's Valentine's Day today. My other half, I've let him sit and stream for a little while. He's a PlayStation and PC gamer, and he streams on Twitch and such like. Well, streams on Twitch and he's got an Instagram. And so I've left him just to sit and play his games for a little while. But this morning we did, we spent the morning together. So we got up, had some breakfast, we actually rearranged the house. So romantic, I know. So he sits at like an IKEA bookshelf. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have seen it. With like the square kind of unit from IKEA, and he's got all of these retro gaming consoles in there. So yes, it's very aesthetically pleasing, but it's not great for kind of actually sitting at and gaming, because he can't put his legs under anything. He's literally just got to sit in front of it and reach over, which obviously isn't great for his posture. And so he was looking at buying a desk, which is the same as what I sit at for work, which is normally like off in this corner where I normally film from. But I just said, you know what, like my dressing table sits there. Like, yes, I use it when I'm not filming, but when I am, I'm at the desk. So I was just like, you know what, let's just change it around. I was like, I can make room at my dressing table, it's not the worst thing, and then he can have that desk. I was like, it's only going to be temporary because I'm going to be back in the office soon, I think. So I was like let's not waste money on another desk when we've got one that can be used. So I've mounted everything on my dressing table today, and we took the desk downstairs to the living room so he can work from there a bit more peacefully. Because with my line of work, there's a lot of like sitting on the phone to landlords trying to explain things, and he gets a bit sick of hearing this. And I'm just going to go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define. I've got this in C1 under my eyes, in those inner corners. I'm just going to put a good dollop here. Okay, that profile, like I'd rather my foundation be slightly too dark than too light. I can always lighten it with concealer. When it's too light, it's a nightmare. Nothing worse than foundation that's too light. Always overdoing my nose because it's the first place that all the product comes off with me. I don't know what I do with my nose, it just always seems to be in the firing line. Got a little bin that I got recently, well, literally yesterday. So when I've finished with the dirty brush, I can now stick it in there and then take it to the bathroom when I'm all finished, ready to wash. I have a system, organisation. I'm just going to go in with the Ultimate Eye Base from Revolution, just to prime my lids, because I forgot the last time. And we've got my Maybelline Fit Me as always. What can I pop that on with? The 300 from Real Techniques, which was the Bold Metals or something they released years ago. So I'm going to really load up the brush. And it needs tapped out again. To go in with my Fenty Pro Filt'r. It's basically the loose setting powder. I think everyone knows what this is by now. And on the corner of my brush sponge, dip that right in. I want to get quite a bit. And repeatedly press that into the skin. And then bake. So I like to repeatedly set everything and then go in with the bake. I have not done my eyelids. I'm just going to tap out the primer that I've put on there, make sure there's no creasing. I'll keep that area matte. Not matte, keep it like clear of any powder. I think I'm just going to start eyeshadow straight away. So I'm going to firstly go in with the At All for a Sight. I will get my head around that eventually. Bring my favourite brushes forward. So I'm initially going to go in with a big blending brush as normal, which is the Morphe 504 here. And I'm going to go in with the colour Old Growth. Such a stunning colour. I love that already. I'm generally just setting the majority of the area with this. I'm just going to blend everything into it. So I'm not really focusing on how high it goes, I just want to get it down. Yeah, so Valentine's Day today, we spent a little bit of time this morning moving things around, so we did a little bit yesterday. So you had more of a weekend than a day. So we basically, instead of doing like actual gifts this year, we bought each other our favourite snacks. Which is very us, because all we seem to do is really eat at the moment. We're now into our, I think, third lockdown in the UK. I always feel like it's the second, because through the second one I was still in the office and it was still just like normal days for me. And so we just went to like the supermarkets where you can actually go and where it's still open. And we just got each other what we thought each other's favourite snacks were. He did extremely well with me. And then I just couldn't really seem to find anything with him. Like I thought, oh, he loves this, he loves this, he loves this. And then I went in and they didn't really have what I had in mind. And so I had to choose from what was there. So it didn't end up being the greatest. But it was still nice. And we certainly haven't been picky to not eat them. Just going in with a Morphe 518 brush, just to blend the edges on that. Right, now we're trying warm this up now, so I'm going slightly smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go in with, is it Rainier? Whichever one. The raw mushrooms, I'm not a naturey type person, so apologies, that one's got a lot of kickback. And I'm going to take this just in the socket and outer kind of quarter. This morning, so for Valentine's Day we did, obviously we did the house, we've moved things around, all of the desk, so he's now got his space downstairs to work, which is better for him. He can get his legs under the desk. And then we've sat down, we watched Spider-Man Far From Home, which was the last one we needed to watch. And then we watched all of the Marvel films up to date, which has taken, I think we started just after Boxing Day, so like a few days after Christmas. And it's taken until February 14th to get through them all. Which is partially my fault because I get quite bored watching them, to be fair. So we did that, ate all the snacks in the world, and then we have just finished season 1 of Demon Slayer. So we've just finished watching season 1 of Demon Slayer, watched the 2 episodes after the Marvel movie, which is something I didn't want to watch at all. Until I agreed. It was one of those things where it was like, okay, we'll just put like 1 episode on before we go to sleep on a night time, because it's only like 15 minutes long, which is about as long as I last in bed when I'm going to sleep. So it worked out quite well, I must admit. So we've just finished season 1. I would actually recommend it. I hate anime, not really for me at all. The whole Japanese thing, especially trying to read subtitles, it goes too quickly and I can only really get half the story. So luckily he's quite quick at reading and he's watched it before. So if I get stuck, I just say, okay, pause it, explain. Like, what's happening? Explain to us, because I don't get it. Of course, I always complain because some of the like the subtitles are white on it. So then when it's got like a white background or someone's kimono is white and it's white text on top of the white picture, I just sit and I'm like, I give up. I can't read subtitles when it's white on white. It's impossible. It's a little bit like that scene in, is it Austin Powers Gold, remember? When Beyonce is in it and they go and see the Japanese guy and they use the subtitles and obviously they're coming up rude stuff. Like, would you like to eat some shit or something? It's actually some shiitake mushrooms. That's what I feel like watching anime. Can't see all of the words because the picture's too light against the white background and just ends up a nightmare. So I'm just going backwards and forwards. I didn't see what that was. That's a Real Techniques 203 brush I used for the redder colour. Blending everything out with a 518 from Morphe, and I'm using Old Growth on a 504. Just going back and forwards, everything really blending it in. Next I'm going to go in with is a unicorn brushes, just like a flat brush. They don't have numbers or names or anything. With the colour Homegrown. I think I'm just going to swatch it first. Yeah, that's really dark. I just really let that blend out there to see what it's going to come out as. See if I put a slightly lighter. Yeah, if I put a lighter layer on of it, it's going to come out what I want it to be like. So I'm going to take a little bit of Homegrown and Veneer, I think it is, which is that reddy shade, and I'm just going to blend through the crease to make sure there's no massive colour difference with them. Back in with the unicorn brushes, Homegrown. This is a lot of kind of backwards and forwards. I always find this with like a really warm eye. Yeah, other than Valentine's Day, yesterday we also had a bath our cats, which was fun. They weren't as bothered as I thought they were going to be about it actually. They actually like they sat okay. In the bath we just like put a towel down so they could put their claws into something and just held their front legs. We didn't fill the bath, we just like had the shower head on with the plug out. so it would just drain away and they're absolutely fine just sitting there. But we found that since Christmas, they've just had like these like black flakes coming off them all of the time. We've put the flake treatment on them and everything, but like these little black flakes just won't go away, to the point where I was just like, okay, I'm getting some shampoo and I'm washing them. Like, I'm sick of washing, because everything in my house is white, and I'm just sick of constantly going over my white surfaces to pull these black flakes off everything. Let It Rain, which is the black sparkly colour, just really lightly in this outer corner, because I feel as though it's not getting as dark as what I want it to. I've just taken that on the same brush. And then go in with the Real Techniques brush and just blend that through. Bless them, I put the heating on like really high afterwards. Well, like before we started, so it was nice and hot by the time that we'd actually washed them. And put a couple of towels on the radiators for them coming out the wash. Coming out the shower. And then put the like nylon cardboard boxes like normal cats do. So I put a couple of cardboard boxes and a big fluffy towel in front of one of the radiators, and they curled up quite happily on there and just went to sleep. And obviously they dried off that way. So we gave them a brush this morning, and it was just like, they're so soft and smell so nice. But yeah, so our cats are called, the mother and daughter. The mother is called Khaleesi, obviously from Game of Thrones. I feel like pretty much everyone knows that reference now. So my fiance got her when we just met, so it was his mum's cat, had kittens, and she was in that litter. And she had them just before his birthday, and so she let me keep one of the kittens for his birthday. That could be his cat. And then we met literally like weeks after that. Went through the whole dating thing, which was just, I hate like the whole getting to know someone dating. I always say now, like, I'm so grateful I'll never have to do it ever again. So we were dating a while, and then that cat got pregnant, so Khaleesi got pregnant, and I don't know how we ended up keeping that one, but I used to always go, because it was at his mum's at the time, he still lived with his mum, and I used to go around and used to pick her up and just like wet your pants. So funny, because she was the ugliest kitten. Just, her ears were huge for the size of her head, like she had a little pointy face, and I always just used to laugh and be like, she's so ugly, like, God help anyone who ends up with that cat. Ended up being me who ended up with the cat. I don't know how we ended up keeping her. I think she was just one of the last to go, and they never really actually ended up selling her, because they are the Maine Coon and Ragdoll mix. Yeah, so technically the grandmother was a Ragdoll, breeded with the Maine Coon, had Khaleesi breeded with the Maine Coon, and then we got Nagini. So they're all like Ragdoll and Maine Coon mix. One is completely dependent on us for everything, all of the time, which is the mother cat. Literally sleeps on me and spends all day on the windowsills. But then, like, if we're awake in bed and just watching the telly, it's like, I don't exist. I don't know what it is. Just like me, between the hours of like 6 and 10, I don't exist. And then the other one, Nagini, who's the daughter, we're only there if we're going to pick up some kind of toy and play with her and let her chase it round. Otherwise she comes for like the odd cuddle, maybe once or twice a week, and she's quite independent. Not really bothered if we're in the room or not. Just going to take the big powder brush that I was using, and I'm just going to get those edges. It's a trick I use just to really blend everything out. I think I'm going to leave it matte. I'm not going to put any shimmer on. I'm just going to get the Real Techniques brush and I'm going to go in with Old Growth, Rainier and Homegrown, and I'm just going to go between the three. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Let It Rain, which is the black, on that flat brush again. And I've just kind of put that in the lash line, just to let it blend with the top where I put the black. Morphe, I've got my Morphe brow cream. The issue is that the brush that I normally use is dirty, so we'll have to get another one. Yeah, I'll just use this one. So this is the Real Techniques. Absolutely no idea because the name has gone off it. But it's just the angled brush. I'm not going to add any volume or anything to my brows today. I'm literally just going to run the brow cream through. NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. Just run that through. I think I'm going to do a little bit of liner, just the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. And I'm just going to do like a normal line for my lashes to sit on. My falsies, not going to do a wing or anything. Okay, next I'm going to do mascara and lashes. I'll do them off camera and then I'll come back. Okay, so we are back. I've done lashes, well, mascara, lashes, and I've also put a little bit of pencil liner just up in the above waterline, just to make everything blend in a bit more. So I've got the Morphe Glamabronze in Mastermind and my Nars Matte Laguna, and I'm going to mix the two of them together on this e.l.f. angled blush brush. It's a JS4 brush, and I'm actually going to use Becca Champagne Pop, which mine is basically just a loose powder at this point. It cracked ages ago and there's not enough in there really to do the trick with the alcohol, and I quite like it as a loose powder because I can tap off a bit more. I'm going to take the tiniest bit just to my brow bone. You take some Loreal Gilded Honey highlighter, literally the smallest amount, and just hit the very tops of my cheekbones. I think last is lips. KVD Vegan Beauty Lolita 2 lipstick. I like that, but it's coming off a little bit too red. So I'm just going to add a little something to it, which is the KVD Vegan Beauty Exorcism lipstick. Like, I'm literally going to scrape this off. Just wanted to pull the purple from the eyes. Wasn't going to do gloss, but I feel like it needs something there. This is Glacier from ColourPop with Ruby Christie. White applicator, putting it on the back of my hand. Real Techniques detailer brush. I'm actually just blending the two lipsticks in together with the gloss as well. I'm going to take my hair down, push it through, and I'll show you the finished look. I did want big volumized curls as ever. My curls have not come out as planned, although I pinned them. Okay, I feel as though that is it for today. I'm going to get changed out of my hoodie into a cute little outfit. And wishing you all a great Valentine's Day wherever you are.